Hello everybody, welcome back. So this video is a little rundown on what I take for a show. A few people have been asking me, what do you take for a gig? It does a little bit depend on the type of gig. So like festivals or larger shows, I have a PA and sound engineer and stuff provided. This weekend I thought would be a good one for me to show you what I'm taking, because I have both. I have a little festival gig where as I said, the PA and the sound engineer, all that's provided. And then the following day I have to supply and run my own PA and lighting and presentation. So I thought I would give you guys a little rundown of what I'm taking for this weekend, in the hopes that it helps you kind of navigate your way when you're first starting gigging, first starting taking your gear out. Obviously a lot of the equipment, I've been doing this for a long time, so I've accumulated a lot over the years. So I will make a note, you don't have to have all these bags and dust covers and things like that to start with. It's just that, as I say, over the years, this is what I've been able to get together to make my job that little bit easier. So anyway, all of it has to fit in the back of the ute here. So yeah, I'll take you for a little rundown. So this is the basic rundown of everything that I'm going to fit into the back of the ute. Obviously in this video I'm not going to include things that you take for a weekend away in terms of like clothes and medication and toiletries and stuff. You guys can figure that out. This is just purely music gear. So let's go. So I guess I'll run in order of things that I fit into the ute, because then I can put them in as I go. So I take 2 speakers now. I used to run 2 top boxes and a fold back and a sub in order to get bottom end. Now I have these Yamaha DBR 15s, so they're a 15-inch and they're a full range speaker, and they're quite lightweight as well, but they pump out a lot of volume. So I find that no matter what venue I'm in, whether I need to use 1 or 2, they do the job for me. And as I said, I'm lucky enough that my beautiful mum used to do canvas and upholstery, so she made these dust covers for me to protect them. You can make your own, but I've seen heaps of people just do it out of some scrap material and stuff, or just drape a sheet over them, or don't worry about them getting scratched. And in case you're wondering what this is another thing you don't have to have. So it is a canvas foam, canvas covered piece of foam. This used to be a ground sheet for us to sleep on when we went camping. So now I've kind of given it a new life in the bottom of the ute. It just makes things slide a bit easier, and also offers a little bit of protection. But again, it's not essential. That's just something that I've utilised and found good. Alright, speakers are in. Next on the agenda is my mixing desk. Again, you don't have to have a hard cover, but I do recommend some sort of protection for them. Even if you can keep it in a excuse me, I'm croaky today. Even if you can keep it in a cardboard box. So this case is a little bit bigger than what my desk is. That's good because it means I can just put some foam around the edges and keep it super protected. So that's my little recommendation. Save up and get yourself one of these cases, or a hard case of some form, for your desk as soon as you can, because they're a pricey piece of equipment if you get yourself a good one. And yeah, that's the next one to go in. Next up I put in, so in this tub I've got a couple of lights. Again, you don't have to have it if you start with, like when I started I had just like fairy lights or those LED rope lights. Now I'm lucky enough to have a couple of those, one of the old style LED cans and then a more slimline model. I used to put them one up on a light stand, kind of shooting, where's my hand, down on the whole stage, but now I'm finding most of the time I can get some sort of lighting for that, and I just use these at the back of the stage area to kind of light up and add a bit of ambience. On top of that one goes, yes, I will add that these tubs are the same. That's a little bit of me being OCD, a little bit of me liking the fact that they stack really well and securely in the back of the ute. Anyway, in here I have, this is actually just a cloth cover that ends up going over the top of this plastic tub, and then I can put my mixing desk on top of it, and all of it looks like black and nice and neat and professional. So again, not essential, but I found that really useful. And then I've got like my miscellaneous in here. So I've got my harmonicas and the holder, and in here's like my picks, slides, capos, my microphones in here. Again, I recommend keeping your microphones in a hard case or even a pencil case. Just some sort of protection is really good for them. Can never have too much gaff. I even take a spare harp holder. In here is I've got a few spares and stuff, and some liquid herbs that I take for anxiety and stage nerves and that sort of thing. So again, you know, not everyone will need that, but for me, in here I have all the gear that I need for, let's see if I can do this one-handed. No. I have all the gear I need for restringing, and just a few little tools and bits and pieces that I might need for the guitars for servicing, or sometimes just general tightening of screws on stage for mic stand or whatever. Always take spare batteries and stuff. I don't have it in here anymore, but I always take, you know, as I mentioned, medication before, so like taking some good old Panadol or something like that. It's always good. Guitar strap, I don't know. I don't generally need it, but I'm paranoid, so I just carry everything, guys. A couple of your straps, just in case I need to secure anything, and that is this tub of, as I call it, my miscellaneous container. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I bang in here, and then I stack it on top of the lights. Next up, I've got to fit in this big doozy. So this is, it's my freight case, but it has my pedal board in here. If I can just undo the latch, I'll show you. I did get this case custom made, I have mentioned on another video. I got it custom made for flying my gear. Only bummer being it's super tough wearing and keeps everything safe, but it is 16 kilos before I've started putting anything in, so I often come overweight. So anyway, I'm gonna have to look at a different thing. So I keep in here everything related to my pedal board, basically. So these are my leads. These are the ones that I use, right? And then in here I've got spares as well, but spares just for my pedal board setup. I've got a whole other bag for the kettle plugs and XLRs and stuff for the general PA. So my, because I'm slack and it's already packed in there, that's my pedal board. If you want to see it, then maybe I'll pop a little little icon up so you can see the pedal board. Wilson's come to help. Yeah, great help, honey. You're so cute, bud. Oh, you're upset. He hates when I start packing because it means I'm going away. And I also put in here, that's my stomp box in there. And me being paranoid again, I just take a couple of spares. Just in case. Just makes me feel more secure that I've got something there. And yes, I have needed it before, so there you go. Doesn't hurt to be a little bit paranoid. So this one can now go in. And yes, I recommend, of course, having some form of protection if you've got a pedal board, because those pedals are damn expensive. And yeah, protect that shite. Let's get her in. So this is the miscellaneous bag of leads that I was talking about. So, well, again, I need two hands for this, and I'm holding the camera with one. Oh, yeah, no, maybe I can get it. No. I always take enough kettle plugs and leads for the PA, and then I take spare because I'm a little bit paranoid, a little bit OCD. Just makes me feel comfortable, and I've accumulated it over the years. And this is my main power board, but I do take a couple of spares as well. I just prefer to use that one because it's got major surge protection and whatnot to protect my gear. Lots and lots of extension cables. I'm not going to bring everything out, but yeah, they come in handy. You can never have too many. So that goes in on top of the freight case, and then we're moving on to the guitars. So yes, guitars, at the moment I'm taking 3 with me, so I've got 2 6-string and a 12-string. Once again, I keep promising that I'm going to do a video with a run through of my guitars, and I will get there, I promise. I just haven't got there yet. So this was perfect, the freight case, when I was just taking my 2 6-strings, because as you can see, 2 guitars sit perfectly and securely on top of that, and I put that down just as a little bit of a support so as they don't slide backwards. But yeah, now instead of, I put down some long bags first, and then the third guitar goes on top of that. So those long bags are these. So I've got my light bar, which you can see in a past video. I'll put a little icon up for that, or link. These are my 2 speaker stands. So I got the Hercules ones that are wind-up stands. They were a big investment at the time, but they are absolutely magic, make life so much easier. And this is just a camping table that I just have started taking to put my merchandise on. And in here I've got my mic stands. So I've, once again, because I'm paranoid, I take 2, because one of them I do sometimes use for displaying my merchandise, or if I've got somebody joining me, or a support act, or whatever. Because I've got it, I take it. So I'll pop them in, and yeah, get the guitar in securely as well. We're getting there. Alright, long bags and guitars are in nice and securely, they're not going anywhere. And behind them I fit my merchandise, because my merch has expanded at the moment. It used to all be kept in this groovy little vintage suitcase here, and I still keep that one for displaying because I absolutely love it. But all of my extra sizes, etc., are going in more matchy tubs with them, just because they stack really well. Yeah, and you know, things like my coat hangers and that to display. And in here, I won't worry about opening it all up, but just in case it interests anyone. So I've got a couple of different battery powered LED light forms as well, just to make the merch look, 1, it's fun to look at. 2, it means that in a dark venue people can actually see the merchandise. Yeah, so I'll get that packed in. We're really nearly done now. Amusos must have a fold-up bag trolley. These just come from like Bunnings or somewhere like that, but they are super great because they're compact and super useful. So that goes in as well, won't be caught without it. And then I've just got the stands to put in. Stands, I should have said, I call them stands, but anyway, one of them is a stand for me to sit on. This is my, I nickname it the throne, because I mean, it is huge. I used to just have a drum stool. Reason why I've got this tall one now is because I sit as you would have seen probably in previous videos, I sit my pedal board and my stomp box and stuff up on top of the freight case, and then sit on this, which means that even though I'm sitting down, I'm up that little bit higher, because I used to get feedback from audience members saying, I just wish you were, you know, up a little bit higher, because when you're sitting down we can't see everything that's going on. And I did try standing up, but with the amount that I like to do on my pedal board and stuff, it was just not possible. So I bought this. So then this goes in on top of everything. Carefully, so as I don't damage my guitar cases more than what they already get. And of course, my guitar stand, rack, whatever you want to call it. Something that other people probably already know and think of, but I didn't. This is meant to be like a 5 guitar rack, right? But I find with the acoustic guitars and even, well, yeah, basically I fit 3 on this comfortably. I can squeeze in my resonator as well, but there's no way maybe I'd be able to fit in a 5th if it was like a slim body electric. But yeah, just a point to note, like if you want to take like 5 acoustics or something, Wilson, he's just upset. If you want to take like 5 acoustics, I'd probably go for like a 7 rack or something like that. But anyway, just a bit of probably useless information for you. That goes on top. And again, I kind of lock things in up there so that, God forbid, if there is kind of a slam on the brake scenario or something like that, it's not going to go shooting through the front window. My other little thing that I learnt mainly when I was touring up north is I take a fan. That way I've always got at least 1 fan there. Oh, waiting for a laugh. Come on, that was funny. Anyway, no, seriously. Even like humidity, or you know what a fan's for. I'm not going to explain myself. I like to take one. And then that is the back of the ute filled. That is the music gear in. So then we just have to pack. I've got an Engel fridge to take like food and stuff with us, and yeah, of course we take bedding, clothes, all the rest of it. That I'm sure you guys are capable of packing all that stuff. This was just to show you the music gear, what I take for a basic gigging weekend. So I hope that video has been useful, informative, interesting, something, entertaining. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to help me out, then you can follow me on my social media channels, like and subscribe here, but I'm also on Instagram and Facebook at Tracey Barnett Music. And yeah, thanks for listening and watching, and I will be back next week and see you then. Bye!